Hi friends, today I am going to tell you another story. The name of the story is The Banana Prince. Once upon a time, there was a king and a queen. They lived in a faraway kingdom. They had a prince, and the prince grew up and was sent to a Gurukul for studies. Soon he became well groomed, and after a few years, he came back to his palace. The king and the queen were very happy to see their son, and they also saw that he grew up and it was time for him to get married. So they talked with their son and started searching beautiful girls for him. But the prince didn't like any of them. In the meantime, the prince had a very beautiful hobby. It was gardening. So, in his palace, there was a huge garden where he started planting many trees. And his garden became wonderful with variety of trees. And out of that, there was a mango tree which gave delicious mangoes. They were sweet and tasty, and the prince happened to like it the most. In fact, it was his favorite tree. But what did he notice? He started seeing that his mangoes were disappearing from the trees. So he decided to find out who was the thief. He kept all his guards and told them to keep awake throughout the night to find out the thief. But they were not successful in their mission. So the prince said, I will find out the thief. And he kept awake the whole night. One night he saw out of the banana tree a beautiful girl coming out. And she carried a golden pot in her hands, and she was roaming around and went to the mango tree and took out the mangoes and put them in the pot. And as she was taking out, a beautiful perfume was sent around the garden, and all the guards fell asleep. But the prince kept awake and saw what was going on. He saw after some time that the girl went back to the banana tree and disappeared. The next day again the prince came and found the same thing. So he decided to do something about it. Moreover, he liked that girl. She was very beautiful, and she was according to what the prince wanted. So one night he asked the girl whether she would marry him. The girl at first said no because she came from another world. She said she couldn't marry him. But the prince was vehement. Then one day the girl decided to marry him. But there was one condition. The condition was that he couldn't ask her what was inside that pot. The king agreed to that point, and soon the marriage took place and they lived happily together. After a few years, suddenly the prince became very anxious and curious about that pot. It was kept near the bed where he slept. So as the girl moved out of the room, he opened it, and to his surprise, there was nothing in the pot. It was absolutely empty. So he started laughing. Ha ha ha. Is it for this that the girl told him not to open the pot? And as he was laughing loudly, she entered, took the pot and said, Now I cannot stay any more here. You have broken the promise which we had made. And she disappeared from there. So you see, my friends, the story clearly tells us that you must be committed to whatever you say. Of course, you can give another ending to this story and find out more titles for this story. You can read this story many, many times and find out more fairy tales and folk tales and continue to read. Thank you.